pride and tradition is what you see when you look at the quilts behind me. Gee's Bend quilts. The origins trace to the early 20th century to Gee's Bend, a tiny community in Wilcox County. The works were discovered as art in the early 2000s, and I spoke with the collector originally from Gee's Bend. The quilts heirlooms now on display at an art gallery. Here's a look at their history. Take a walk in the curated gallery and you'll see
the work of the Gee's Bend quilters and the collective itself is so significant.
Gee's Bend, also known as Boykin.
Born in Selma, but raised in Gee's Bend.
A tiny town, but as Larry Saulsberry Jr. explains, it wields a big presence beyond Wilcox County.
Double-sided quilt as well. My grandmother
It's a community of quilters, birthing forth a creative culture, colors, geometric patterns, and even corduroy.
A lot of the quilts that you'll see made by my grandmother use corduroy fabric, and it was a popular fabric at that time.
Saulsberry's grandmother, one of many women behind this work.
My grandmother's name was Deborah Petway Young.
Young's work among many quilters goes back some 60+ years.
So there were quilters from areas all around who assembled together, who really worked together at the Freedom Quilting Bee. So the Freedom Quilting Bee was a place where the ladies went to work during the day to make a paycheck.
All 4 of these quilts crafted by Saulsberry's grandmother. And when Saulsberry looks at them, he thinks of times of struggle.
As an African American, I think back to, what maybe could have been, or maybe stories that were shared with me about the marches.
In fact, it was a place Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. felt compelled to visit during the Civil Rights Movement.
He came to Boykin at one point early on in his fight and his, advocacy for progress for Black Americans.
Saulsberry also thinks of times of progress when he looks at these quilts.
That culture is just something that you have to experience and just feel.
The culture, even reaching the White House.
You were to look back at former First Lady Michelle Obama's portrait as she was leaving the White House, you will notice that there's a dress design.
Gee's Bend, a tiny community of quilters, but with a mighty legacy.
The progress of our community, that we can even be recognized on an even larger level for such a community as great as it is.
Wow, amazing. The Gee's Bend quilts are on display through tomorrow at 10 p.m. It's part of the Savor exhibition at the curated gallery on 228 Holmes Avenue. Also, watch our Black History Month edition of Fox 54 News on Fox 54 Plus. Catch it on your own schedule with Fox 54 Plus or on fox54.com.